So this is my Miraculous Arrival Shenron red-blue deck. It's a ramp deck, so that's obviously where the blue is, as well as some of the big boss monsters. So obviously I'm using Shenron. I'm gonna show you the list first. So 4 all-cost Vegetas. Oh wait, actually there's a feature I can use. All 4 cost Vegetas. 1 Beerus General Demolition. Bodyguard Allergic. 4 of them. 3 regular Dragon Balls. In this deck, it's all 7 Dragon Balls. You know, they could be the Purungas or they could just be the regular Dragon Balls. None of the special stuff or the Super Dragon Balls. In this app, I was only able to put 3 of the regular ones and then 4 Purungas. Obviously, the leader being the Shenron. We got the Ghost Attack saying 3 Go Tanks, just 1. 1 Guide Charge Vegeta. 4 Objections. 1 Hit Destruction Vegeta. 1 Planet M2. There's the 4 Purunga. So you have 7 Dragon Balls in there. 4 Power Bursts. 1 Shenron Figure of Majesty. 1 Making an Entrance Goku. 1 Super Saiyan 2 Trunks Memories of the Past. 1 Supreme Kai of Time Disruptor. And then the Time Regulator Supreme Kai. Just 1 of each. 4 Temporal Rescue Trunks. 4 Ultimate Fusion Gogeta. That's your main card there in the deck. Of course, for 4 Peace. 4 Zen-Oh Buttons. I don't really like Senzu Bean that much, so I prefer to use Zen-Oh Button in this build. Zen-Oh the Plain God. And there you go, there's the list. Now time to explain some of the choices. Let me see. Well, obviously explain the main strategy of. Well, obviously you're going to use the leader's ability to grab Dragon Balls. You want to go into your into your deck first. You know, go into your deck and get Dragon Balls. The first thing you want to do is you want to mulligan your hand. You want to try to at least get 2 Dragon Balls in your opening hand, and then use Purunga's ability. Shenron's ability to grab 2 more. So you have 4 Dragon Balls right off the bat. That's what I typically do. So you want to get 4 right off the bat, because that way, in your second turn, you know, you can obviously get 2 more, and hopefully you drew 1 early. You draw 1 off of playing the next 2. So you should have 6 Dragon Balls by turn 2. So then you just need the last Dragon Ball. So at least in turn 2 or turn 3, depends how things work out for you, you should have all 7 Dragon Balls in the graveyard. Drop area in order to awaken. So that's what you want to do when it comes to the leader. Right off the bat, you want to at least get 2 Dragon Balls in your hand. If you could get 3, even better. That speeds the process up, because then you have 5 in your, going first or second, whatever. Because you'll have 3, then you'll add 2, so you have 5 right off the bat. And hopefully once you play the Dragon Balls, you get the other 2 by default, by just sifting through your deck. Then, when you have 2 energies, of course, you want to use Objection to, start ramping up, because you want to get to 5 energy. If you can get all the way up to 7, that'd be good, over time. But you want to try to get to 5 energy, 5 energy, as quickly as possible. So you'll be using Objections for that. When you have 5 energies and you have the 7 Dragon Balls, you'll be playing your World Peace, and then you'll be able to use Shenron's leader side to play World Peace to bring back a 5 or lower energy card with World Peace. And the 5 drop you typically want to get is Ultimate Fusion Gogeta. Obviously, he'll get the Sparking 5 ability. And then you'll get to draw 2 cards, then you get to choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and place them at the bottom of your opponent's deck. So that's really good for getting rid of the fact that your opponent probably was playing battle cards and they were trying to attack you, you defended, or you took some of the hits, whatever. And you want to get rid of them so that way they're not there. Because you want field presence, you don't want your opponent to have field presence. And he's a 25k double stripe. You want to give him at least a 5k boost at least, just to apply a little pressure. 5k will make him a 30k attacking your opponent's leader. But if you want to go further and go give him 10k or even give him to 40k just to guarantee that double strike damage, to each their own. But I typically don't go too far, just an extra 5k I go. Sometimes I don't even boost, but there are the occasions where I rather do 30k double strike than not. And then another option, especially if you're trying to win as quickly as possible, is Go Tanks. Right? You'll play him. He'll give you 3 tokens with 15k power, so you have 4 attackers off of 1, world peace being played. And as long as you have 4 or less cards in your hands, you'll be able to give all your tokens as well as Go Tanks double strike, and that right there is 8 damage in a single turn, so that's always good. And then you want to combo some 5ks with your tokens, for example, in order to get them boosted to 20k double strike to your opponent's leader. Because eventually you'll deal so much damage, they'll eventually awaken, and you want to make sure you can continue to keep dealing damage, keep dealing that double strike damage, or at least force them to use up the 2 cards that they keep getting from the double strike damage to combo. So you want to apply a lot of pressure, you want to hit really hard. So that's what you'll mainly be doing. But then there's other fun little options. You got charge Vegeta with his dual attack, so you can attack. If your opponent negates his attack, that's okay, you just attack again. And he's critical, so your opponent won't plus from any damage from him. If another usefulness is if you give him triple strike, using the effect of your leader, which is not him, but with your leader's awakened side, by banishing all 7 Dragon Balls, you give him triple strike, and then he'll be able to deal 6 damage, 3 damage per attack, and they'll be critical. So he's not going to be adding any cards to his hand that he could use to combo or potentially negate your last attack. So that's the kind of stuff you want to do with him. Then we got just to help further energy purposes, because it's not that hard to get to 6 energy, and then bring out Trunks, and then Trunks will allow you when you play him, you'll draw a card, and then you can choose a card in your hand to put into your energy area, and that will give you one energy you can use to play a negate or combo, to do a 10k combo with him or with any of your attackers. But also you get to 7, you get to 7 energy, which means once you do play your an extra copy of World Peace, you will be able to bring out a 7 drop or lower. But you would like to get to 7 because you would like to play with something very powerful and devastating. Hero's General Demolition. He's a 7 drop, 25,000, triple strike, always good. And when this card attacks a leader card, your opponent may choose 2 cards from their hand and place them into the drop area. Right? If they don't do that, choose all your opponent's battle cards and energy and place them into the drop area. So they're going to have to neg 2 cards just so they don't lose their board. But the cool thing is, by losing the 2 cards, that's less combos, less negates. Even if they negate this attack, they're still gonna have to drop 2 cards. So even if they negate his attack, they still gotta drop 2 cards. So that's 3 cards potentially they lost, which will allow any of your other attackers to go through and do what they do. So of course you want to attack with him first, just to force your opponent's hand, quite literally, into the position you want them to be, either board wipe or drastically weaken their hand, and then go in for the kill. Anything else? There's a good amount of counters and negates. Little combo, basic one. Obviously we got the Kais. When you play them, you draw. This one is a counter play. This one's a blocker, so it's another, you can look at it as another negate, and you draw a card so it replaces itself. They're black cards, they're 1 drops obviously, so you can always get them back with the effect of a power burst. You can use Sparking 5 power. You can use power burst, Sparking 5, to play for free. Play this for free, take a life, play it, then get its effect to add any of the 2 Kais back to your hands. And then you can obviously play the one that has the counter play. You can obviously play that. If your opponent plays a card, you can counter play, get it out, draw a card, and then prevent your opponent from being able to get more attacks. But the other usefulness of this is that you want to use it to obviously get them back, then play them to get pluses, so it becomes like a draw engine. You can see there's already a good amount of drawing in here with the Dragon Balls and the and the Kais. Here's another 1 drop you can get back in case, like I said, with the whole, you do sparking to add this, to negate an attack, get power burst, the ability to add this back from your discard pile to your hand, and then for 1 energy you could play to negate an attack, and then he'll be 1 body. You'll be able to play him, obviously onto your side of the field. The fact that he has 0 combo does suck, because that means once you get him into play, he has very little use. He's not that strong, so he's not going to be able to do much damage. But you could try, you could use some 10k combos. You can use the trunks and try to make them strong to deal some damage. But typically it's just that it adds as an extra negate. The fact that you can use power burst to negate an attack, and you could do it for free just by Sparking 5, and then get this Goku back, and then use the 1 energy plate to block. You can definitely block 2 potentially dangerous, critical attacks your opponent tries to do. Obviously you got the Sparking 5 super combo, so really good card, more drawing. And then of course Zen-Oh, your infamous restart. So with 7 energy you can obviously go into a Zen-Oh play. So he's there because he's really good. And not much else. Everything else is kind of self-explanatory. Let me talk about Shenron, Figure of Majesty. I typically use him for, obviously you get to draw a card when you activate his effect, and then you can untap energy, so it's always good to untap energy. But there's a couple times where I would use the second effect and bring back Trunks, Rescue Trunks, onto my field, because you can combo him from your hand or field and get his effect. So I bring him back onto the field in order to trigger his ability. But you can bring back anything you want. You can bring back your 1 drop Kai, Time Disruptor, and she's a blocker. When she comes into play, you get to draw. So you'll draw for his effect, draw for her effect, and then she's a blocker. So reusable defense, and the fact you can do that every turn, so good. So you're getting +2 every turn doing that combo, and you always have at least 1 free negate, aka a blocker. So there's a lot you can do in this deck. Good amount of drawing, good amount of stalling, good amount of damage, and good amount of power. And that's the, oh wait, one more thing. It's my usual tech, which is, you know, Planet M2, just one copy, get it into play. It can help you get rid of any small, weak problems that have 5,000 or less power. And also you can just use on your opponent's leader to increase your chances of getting your triple strikes, double strikes to go through, because you're comboing less than your opponent because you're weakening their leader. So they have to combo a little bit more just to try to defend. So you gotta love it when you turn a 10k leader into a 5k leader, and then you're attacking with a 25k double striker, triple striker, and then they gotta combo they butt off if they don't have the negate. And that's the end of the video.